Today on Clearing the Clutter Inside and Out, we are talking about clearing spiritual clutter through closure. Do you constantly compare yourself to others, worrying that they are somehow better? Are you the one that people always ask for the latest gossip? Have you been saying that you're going to follow your dreams year after year, but something always gets in the way of that happening? Let's wrap up our month as we focus on getting closure.
Are you overwhelmed by clutter, looking to organize your life? Do you feel stuck and are ready for a change? Every Tuesday at 1 p.m., join award-winning professional organizer and coach Julie Coraccio on Clearing the Clutter Inside and Out as she supports you in navigating the waters of decluttering your life and getting organized. Julie thinks outside the box and examines clutter in all areas: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic, and more. Ready to live a more joyful and fulfilling life?
Spiritual clutter can be one of the more tricky clutters to tackle, but I think it can also be one of the most rewarding. As the year winds down, is there anything that jumps out to you that you need to get closure on? Maybe you have a coworker that gets all the accolades and you're jealous. Could you find a way to make peace with that? Or, if you're always gossiping, could you find a way to end that and find something you would like to work on yourself? Remember, you might not be able to get closure by January 1st, and that's okay, but starting the process is the first step. Don't forget to check out all the episodes this month as they focus in getting closure in some way, shape, or form. I had a dream to be a screenwriter. When I lived in Los Angeles, I had interest in some of my scripts, but none ever sold. I felt like a failure for a long time because my dream didn't come true. Writing is still a huge part of my life, but in a different way. I had to get closure that I was never going to be a screenwriter. I had to make peace and grieve for my dream. It isn't easy when something you dream about dies. Getting closure helped. I still have scripts, and I look at them every so often and maybe work on one, but it is no longer my passion, and my goals aren't tied to selling a script. I won't die if they never see the light of day. I have new dreams that fulfill me, and I'm working towards them. Begin with being mindful around what spiritual clutter you would like to get closure on. If you can't think of anything, ask yourself some questions. Am I following my passion? Do I show gratitude? Am I jealous of anyone? Where do I compare myself? Start asking and then listen. You could also ask a trusted friend if they notice anywhere you could benefit from improving. Sometimes we just can't see things in ourselves, and that's okay. It takes courage to be aware, so acknowledge that you are choosing to change. You could do something like set a timer to monitor your thoughts. Maybe you keep coming back to someone you're jealous of. Journaling is also a great tool. Once you've figured out what you'd like to get closure on, and I would suggest concentrating on one thing, especially if it is something you have struggled with for a while, it can take time. Like anything, the more you practice getting closure, the easier it becomes. How can you release what has been built around your spiritual clutter? Crying? Screaming? Doing body work? Sometimes when we try to get closure, the ego jumps in and wants us to hold on to the drama. What do you need to acknowledge so you can release it? I have been asking my inner child a lot recently, what do you need to do? Sometimes it is simply being held and acknowledged that she's in pain.
Are you feeling stuck? Does your mind always seem to go a million miles a minute? Can you easily navigate the ups and downs of life? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. As a lifestyle coach, Julie supports you in your self-development and well-being by showing you how to declutter your life. She considers herself a CPO, Chief Possibility Officer, because our possibilities are endless. Ready to take the next step? Schedule a free 30-minute consultation. Learn more at reawakenyourbrilliance.com.
As always, I encourage you to look at the layers. If you are jealous of someone, bring it back to yourself. Is there something in your life you're afraid of losing? If you're constantly comparing yourself, where did your feelings of inadequacy come from? If it was something a parent said to you, can you see it was someone else's opinion and not your truth? After you have released any emotions around it, what action can you take? When I knew I wasn't going to be a screenwriter, I had to find a way to channel my creative energies. First, I took time off from writing because I just wasn't ready to try something else. I have found creativity through cooking and hope to take up painting again. I also write for this podcast, wrote a course on how to clear clutter, and have 3 books that are published or soon to be published. In addition, I write for clients and have been a successful grant writer, raising millions for nonprofits to support people. That fulfills me. Possibly your action is to do nothing at first. Maybe you take the step to talk to someone to help with a game plan to figure it out. Perhaps you learn deep breathing. Be open and try to come from joy. We can get serious really quickly, and lightening the mood can be wonderful for closure. I like to have some type of observance to celebrate and honor getting closure. Again, it doesn't have to be anything huge. You can do it with yourself or with a group of friends or a trusted partner. Releasing something and moving forward is a big deal. Why not do something to honor that? Do something that feels right to you. How can you energetically support getting closure on your spiritual clutter? Maybe you heal the energy between you and someone you're jealous of. I always like asking my higher self, or the best version of me, to talk to the other person's higher self to help clear the air. There are wonderful tools like EFT that can help release trapped energy as well. Takeaways from today's podcast. Spiritual clutter can be more challenging to find closure, and a little more work may be involved. Don't feel like you have to meet a deadline by the 31st. Be open to the process of achieving closure. If you're having trouble finding what spiritual clutter you have, maybe you aren't ready to release anything. Consider talking to someone trusted to see if they have any thoughts or observations on where you could be stuck. Maybe an action you need to take right away is doing nothing. Being is just important as doing. If it has been intense, you might not be ready to take action, and it might not be the best course in the moment. When you are ready, begin taking action. Happy New Year, everyone! I hope you've been able to get some closure and clear some clutter this month. Wishing you an amazing 2017 filled with love, laughter, learning, and abundance, peace, and joy. Thanks for continuing to take this journey with me. I am so grateful that you have taken the brave step to clear your clutter. Go out, clear the clutter to create the life you choose, deserve, and desire.
Ready to clear clutter and share your gifts with the world? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, so what step will you take today? Sign up for our newsletter and receive a free copy of our 10 Steps to Clearing Clutter. Julie Coraccio provides coaching, professional organizing and speaking, organizing classes, positive affirmations, and her unique How to Declutter Your Life course. Learn more at reawakenyourbrilliance.com. Subscribe to Clearing the Clutter Inside and Out and join us next Tuesday at 1 p.m.